This is London with Bitcoin Spike and VIP Trader. Let's dig into the details. New York is open. Bitcoin is out of the starting gate, has been for a while. We're going to talk about a few details in terms of some of the pattern formations. Let's dig into the 4 hourly actually on Bitcoin just to show you where we're at. We'll talk about Tesla. Bit of an eyesore yesterday in terms of some of the fundamental dynamics behind some leadership at Tesla, unfortunately. Let's talk about the specifics though. In terms of Bitcoin, 4 hourly had this expressed flat bottom support. Anytime you have a clear near or exact flat bottom support, this was angled a bit, but just beware of those specific moves. We're down just a touch. We'll look at the multi-time frame to flesh that out. This is London with Bitcoin Spike and VIP Trader. Hope you're all doing well. In terms of NVDA, we can talk about it after Tesla. How about Tesla? Yesterday was a good day because we had really reinforced the following. We reinforced the fact that we hadn't broken out of this bull flag pattern yet. You understand if you've been watching, this is the green zone. We're looking and hunting for some nice entries potentially in this zone. This would be the Tesla chart, and no comment in terms of the leadership expressed itself, etc. Yesterday, guys, a little sticky situation. We just want to look at charts. We want to look at nice patterns. We want to trade volatility, and to the extent that that's intertwined with anything that is going to be a bit overly contentious or otherwise, yeah, we just let's forget about it. I don't know. Just try and get along, man. Anyway, let's look at Tesla in terms of the details. On the chart pattern in and of itself, which is one of the benefits of trading technically, you can kind of ignore those fundamentals, okay? Looking at the specific move to the upside, downward sloping channel. Yes, what do we have? Potential and need for still a breakout to the upside up and over the level of resistance. Tesla off about 0.7%. NVIDIA off just a touch as well. And I'll just remind you, in terms of bull flags, it's nice to see Tesla in a bull flag. Nice to see the NASDAQ in a completion pattern as well. And in terms of the specifics here, it's good to identify these, to watch how they play out. When they start rolling through crypto, we need as much practice as we can get. In terms of trading, move to the upside, downward sloping channel. Bam, NASDAQ has been up and out for a while. And what's being contemplated here is a nice formulated framework. We'll bring this into the context of Bitcoin here in a moment. But looking at the specific potential for the cuppage and handle, of course, we have a lot of interaction to the left in terms of a hurdle to clear to the left, but this is a big time pattern. To the extent that you are trading and looking for bull flags, almost a good example looking at the NASDAQ of what we don't want in crypto. I hate to put it like that, but of what we don't really want in crypto. Half of what we do and half of what we don't. Let's talk about that. In terms of if we were to look at, let me squeeze this back down. And that need for the breakout, just again, in terms of up and over a level of resistance, we weren't there yesterday. We had a catchy day. If you had decided to buy high, it's not the idea, guys. Not the idea. Generally, we want a clean break up over the level of resistance. You got it right. So looking at that level of resistance, draw it out on your daily just for practice purposes in terms of your technicals. It's a big pattern on a big, highly liquid concern. Right now, that 20 moving average on the weekly looks like the level is trying to hold. We'll pay attention to that in terms of the dynamics. Look at, why don't we look real quickly at Bitcoin? Let's dig into the details a little bit more. First of all, for anyone who caught a specific move on INJ, nice move up and out as we talk about bull flags. Just a little bit more speculative in terms of INJ. Guys, what is it? You tell me, what is INJ? Is it an injection protocol? You guys are going to have to tell me that, guys. I'm going to look for a pattern. I'm not going to look for a pattern and just, guys, do the fundamental research on 3 or 4 or 500 coins that all went down 97%. It's just not in my genetics. It's just not, guys. I'm sorry. I'm not going to do it. So INJ is a crypto. You got it right. Down 90 to 95%, guys. I'm not going to pin my hopes, heart, and dreams and daily schedule around researching all of these specific fundamentals. Fair enough. If you want to dig that deeply in the dirt, just be extremely careful. We talked about that yesterday. But looking at the specifics here, we did have a bull flag, okay, and we really grinded up down, guys, along this level of resistance in terms of a breakout. Multiple fakeouts in this zone, not very accommodating. Look at this. These were breakouts. Give me a break, guys. You want something that's hospitable to trade? Does that look hospitable to trade? This is a 4 hourly chart. Level of resistance. Look at the candle work up and over. How many fakeouts did this specific coin give you? You said, well, you had to play by the candles. You had to play by the wicks. Really? Is that what you had to do? You had to play by the candle wicks. Oh, I see. So that was all a breakout. all the breakout. Nobody's expected to go by the lines on the 4-hourly chart. Give me a break. Level of resistance up, out, and over finally, but this should just be unconscionable. At some point, it is so rigged, guys. Hit 1, hit 2, hit 3, hit 4, hit 5, almost, hit 6, hit 7. The 8th time, up and out, you get it on injection protocol. So in terms of that, I mean, it should be unconscionable. You know, if you're going to do this to traders, I don't know why you can't do it selectively and achieve whatever you're trying to achieve with whatever crypto exchanges may be trying to do overseas. I have my own regulatory 2 cents that I'd like to throw in at some point on a stream when we have time. We're dealing with the open right now. Finally, up and out, sure. Do you want to wait for, we could talk about this, do you want to wait for some sort of a patterning? Can we look at this as somewhat of an advantage? Well, finally, we developed a pattern and a breakout pattern after multiple fake outs, unconscionable levels of just redirected, lack of engagement here. The question is going to be this: Can you enter here with a tight enough stop loss? Enter here with a tight enough stop loss. Here, 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 and here with a tight enough stop loss to make this move finally worth your while? Or is it so rigged that literally 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 hits up and above were the elimination process of elimination of any profit on the way up? So you're up 6%, but I'm going to bring that up as we technically look at the dynamics involved. There's nothing wrong against INJ. If you are a founder of INJ, I will remind you and everyone else, where did I bring INJ to our group? Where did I bring it to the group? Way down here, okay? So it looked like a pattern. It did do well since that standpoint. So before I just rain on every parade of every altcoin, I did bring INJ here, okay, to this specific level of flat top resistance, ascending line of support. And yes, she did not have any complaints on a breakout there, and about a 95 to 100% gain since that point. So can I complain? No. Will I still try? If it's a technical nightmare, yes, I will, so that you understand what a technical nightmare could look like in the incoming future for you and your trade. So we can go ahead and raise this level of resistance up if we really want to accommodate this. You start to accommodate. This is the problem with these specific, look at this, guys. This is the problem with your specific breakout, fake out, takeout syndrome that seems to be pervasive in alts as you start to look at them, how to trade. And yes, you got lucky underneath. That was a big move. That was a nice move to bring to the back to VIP. But taking a look at this specific formulation, that's a nice bull flag. Oh, but really now the bull flag's like this. I see. Okay, so now we're going to have the opportunity to trade something that's faked out 8 times. Just for the record, it's faked out 8 times. And you have on the wicks, you have another opportunity to trade a move to the upside, downward sloping channel. Now we have a new breakout. I see. This is how this works. Guys, just a little bit too much. With that said, if you caught the move, congratulations. If you caught the move lower and you decided to wait, slow money, congratulations. Let's dig into the details before I go naysaying and pessimistic at all. I just don't like when you take VIP's time. That's the big deal. Fake out all you want to. I just don't like when you take our time. That's what I am most jealous of in the market, guys. The market wants your time, and what is time? Time is money. 2 ways to think about it, that equation. When you're grinding sideways, it's like, well, it's just taking forever. All right, what is time? Time is money. Okay, so if you can find consistent ways to capitalize on that time, you're doing better. So that's what I'm kind of jealous of in terms of what the opportunities that I focus on. I want high velocity moves. I want things that aren't so catchy, things that aren't going to take the next 2 or 3 days of our time. That's the bottom line. As you look at the market, I encourage you to look at your time 2 ways, and please pay attention. Look at your time 2 ways. When you're good enough, you'll be able to look at it a little bit differently, okay? You'll be able to say, as everyone does normally, as we look at Bitcoin on 12 wide, right? We have everything from the 1 minute to the week, or to the monthly actually here, in terms of the week, the 1 minute, 3 minute, 5 minute, the 15 minute, 30 minute, the 45 minute, the hourly, 4 hourly, 6 hourly, daily, weekly, and monthly. Now, as we were to look at the expression, and then I'll let you guys go, I'm going to go hit the gym. And remember, we already noted near a flat bottom support here on this 4 hourly was kind of a heads up that something's kind of going on, okay? In terms of that, just pay attention. We've been breaking the flat top resistances to the upside. And when we have one to the downside, we're going to pay attention, descending triangle, etc. But when you get good enough, when you are developed in terms of your skill set, you're going to be able to refer to time is money in a completely different fashion. take a look at this 15-minute. In terms of the requisite, I'd say, interpretation that we all have on time is money. Like, don't take my time, right? You're wasting my time. Time is money. Well, the flip side of this is going to be the following. When you are good enough at trading, and you start to plan out your future, you're going to be able to say, well, time is money. And you're going to be able to reinforce that because you're going to be good enough in the market with an expectation that, well, it is a good thing that I'll be in the market to be dedicating my skill set to the market over the next 2 to 3, 6 months. Yeah, by that time, time is money. You're going to say it as a declaratory statement and a fact wherein you're going to know that because you're investing your time in the market, you're going to be making money. Now, if you can flip the script on the age-old time is money, I mean, come on, quick, kiddos, you're wasting my time. This is the idea, right? Time is money. Get me out of here. I'm in a rush. You're wasting my time. We'd say that about the market. And I want to provide this specific level of perspective, once you get to the point where your skill set is strong enough, you'll be able to look at time in the market and be able to say, time is money, forecasting into the future, and you'll be able to, this would be my hope for you guys, okay? 2023 coming to an end towards 2024, that you'll be able to start saying, time is money. And I know that. And I'm going to spend my time in the market and I'm going to make money. That's going to be a good day when you arrive at that calculus in terms of your skill set. I want to see it happen. I want to be a part of it. Guys, in terms of seeing when, if I'm not, to the extent that I am not, well, go get them. Go get them. Go turn your time into money. I want to see it happen. What are we going to do in terms of this specific hourly? We're going to note that we do have a flat top resistance below. What do I always say about flat top resistance below? We do have an expectation of a return to such at some point. So bam, we're real close in line with that. It's been a level of interest. What are we going to be looking for? You guys got it. We're going to be looking for expansions, right? Definitely looking for any type of expansions. What just played this morning, so that you know, please make a mental note of such. And this is London with Bitcoin Spike and VIP Trader. What did we hit this morning? This morning we hit, and it paid, the 4-hourly lower pro line. Did engage with a hit, boom, and gave some relief here up and about to this level. So we did get another hit on Fire and Ice. Watching those pro lines. Why do we call them pro lines? Because they're for pros. So if you are in that category, trade them. And if you're not, step it on up. That's what I would just recommend on Bitcoin. So volatile, step it on up into the daily, right? Step it up to the daily. If you can't trade those pro lines, don't do it, guys. Just don't do it. Lay off. It's what it's built for, to accommodate traders who want to trade a Bitcoin. And what hit in terms of the low for Bitcoin on the daily? Our green buy line. So if you were brand new to our indicator, just listened exactly in terms of, you don't understand the technicals, you don't know the percentages or anything, but you're on the daily green buy line. That was the low of Bitcoin. So congrats to anybody who may have been in that category, just brand new. And guys, sometimes the more technically we get oriented, the more difficult it can become. You know that. And within the levels of success that we had, during this last year, 2023, we're going to say that was one of the highlights, was catching the low of Bitcoin. The indicator caught it. So stick tight with that indicator, okay? Irrespective of what all else you may be finding, just understand those are very highly respected levels in terms of calculatives that we put into. They're not standard averages, guys. In terms of those specific kernel calculatives, it's big time. It's good stuff. Look forward to you continuing to trade with that as a tool. If it is successful, I'd like to hear about it. I heard a few things about them in terms of who's using them, and if they're successful for you, Fire and Ice, I would like to hear about it. Otherwise, I don't know what you're doing with it. And it helps me to know what you're doing with it, or if you're even using it. And if you're not using it, it's dead weight on a shelf, we will put something else on the shelf for you that you will use. So I like to hear, as you look at Bitcoin on the 15-minute chart, okay, with specific high to low potential topping formation, looking at the specific 37.441 is going to be a target 23.638, 250, golden pocket 786.86, and the full completion of a topping formation would be down and around that preceding low here. right? 36,800, there and abouts, a little bit below. You guys measure that out on your 15-minute, looks like a nice time frame. I will just reiterate, I like to hear that Fire and Ice is going well for you. If it's just dead weight on the shelf, I will put something on the shelf that I'm going to get some positive feedback from you. I can say all day long the 4-hourly lower pro line is hit again for cash. If you're never trading it, you're never trading the green buy line, you're never trading the lower levels, you're never getting value on your longs or your shorts, and it's just Greek to you or something that you don't find value in, I will put something on the table that's going to provide you some value, and that I'm going to have some interaction with the traders in terms of saying, yes, I like this indicator. Yes, it's doing well. We know the value of it. We trade with it. And to the extent that it presents value to you as well, it would be beneficial if you'd like to continue to use it. And it does present value to you, just to continue, guys, or to start to communicate that to me so I have something to reflect off of. I think that's a good plan as we look at 2024. We're just looking to do precisely what I just described. We want to create more value in some dramatic ways, in some really dramatic new ways. I'm telling you, I think about some traders who have kind of been around and kind of disappeared. You have got to be crazy. I'm going to tell you, you've got to be crazy with what we have planned. Let's just say, Lord willing, that all goes well in terms of Deb. Some of the projects that we have, it's not a local hype. I literally will slam the doors. It's not going to be, ooh, we're going to make 200 traders in our VIP room. No, nobody's going to get it. We're going to slam the doors. If anybody gets it, it's going to be, hey, they're VIP, and it's going to be a lucky deal. That's the bottom line. I don't want 500 traders and 2,000 traders in a room and everybody making money. People I don't even know. That business model is crazy to me. Imagine just facilitating random strangers to make just loads of cash. You have no idea what they're going to use it for. I mean, I'll go down that road, guys, in terms of the logic. Like, why would I want complete strangers to make cash? It just is what it is. So we appreciate all the efforts of YouTube, etc., and giving us a refined, just a quality group that we actually know who everyone is. We're actually plugged in with each other. We actually have, a group dynamic that is appreciable and distinguishable from guys, just anything else that we wouldn't want to be a part of. I mean, you think about that, guys. We're in a business where, we call out a signal or this and that, and everybody makes money. How do we even know who everybody is, right? I mean, we got to keep some kind of check on that, some reality check, and maintain some dignity in the process. Is it a bull flag? You'll kind of wonder this because we did catch a bull flag on the way up here. This kind of moved to the upside in terms of Bitcoin. We have a bit more of a wedge function. Anytime that you see maybe a bull flag, right? But anytime that you use the specific parallel channel carry up function, just distinguish between something that has completed fully to this upside and something that has limited itself, right? So that's going to be critical. And again, about the time that we think, well, it's time to really scope down into these lower time frames. That's about the time I know it's time for me to hit the gym, because we can spend all day. You guys know this. We can spend all day. Check out your 1 minute, a little bit lower and a recoup already. Got some bears who decided to short at this level, right? What's our key level of consideration? 37,500. Hey, we agree, 37,500. Critical level. What did you hit this morning? Anybody have orders waiting there? We're long over. Is that right? We are long over. 37,500 is our critical level. We're going to hold on to it. Long over and short under for the next number of days, weeks, months, whatever it takes to have a sizable trade from this level. It's the bottom line. We decided we want it, and we're going to do swing trades, okay? Flash trades there in between. Looking at this specific level on Bitcoin, bam, 37,508. Ouch, close. We'd have to check the USDT pair, but that's USD. So just coming into contact with our critical litmus test, our over, under, long, under, short level Bitcoin, making you play $8 aggressive if you wanted to pick up that level that has, guys, traded very, very well. You know that. I want you to challenge yourselves in terms of execution. Let's get things rolling, and we're going to be heading into a weekend, into another weekend, into another weekend, and it's going to be the end of the fourth quarter. I want to encourage you, as you're putting together your trades, try and lock and load on 2 or 3 more. Could you lock and load on 2 or 3 more cryptos? Maybe. I hope maybe, guys. I lock and load. Big time. Lock and load. Can we get a lock and load style rocket launch on this nearly perfect pattern? Now, I'll tell you to lock and load north or south, right? I'll tell you long or short, right? You pick a level, long, over, short, under. The one thing, even if you hate to short, you know this, guys, listen up. Even if you hate to short, and you decide, fine, we're up here, I'm gonna short, or fine, we're in a mid-level zone on guys, you guys see the ticker. Pay attention, all right? You don't see patterns like this all the time, all right? In terms of the details, you may say, well, I hate to short, man. I don't like to short. I only like when it goes up. Great. Now, I'm going to challenge you that if you were to remain involved somehow with this pattern, somehow, even if I can't get you in terms of shorting or longing, if you will remain involved somehow in this pattern, you have a better opportunity to catch it if and to the extent you get your wish, which is going to be a move to the upside. This has been a highly volatile coin. And I'll just say that short's going to protect you in the instance that we do go down if you can grab a short. And to the extent that we're going to put on 40+%, get ready. Lock and load on something. Guys, what did we lock and load on? We locked and loaded on Rune. Shout out to Skippy. What's up, Big Skip? In terms of that was a long time ago. Skip decided to bring that to my attention. Skip's a professional. I tell everybody he's a wealth manager. He gets off into crypto every now and then. He's a very interesting guy, literal guys, just top shelf clientele in terms of who he serves. Big time guys. You guys would see them like, no way, that's his client? You'd be like, yes, that's his client. Looking at, guys, what it says, 27% additional. What's the preceding lateral engagement on Rune? So Rune has done well. Okay, that was one to lock and load on. I told VIP heavy, right? Yes. Let's see if we have, I want to bring that up real quickly, then I'll let you guys go. If I can search on this thing, I have no idea how to search on. You guys use Slack. That is our specific custom, guys, interaction. Heavy. Let me see if I can pull up heavy. Yeah, there we go. Let me see if I can bring this up. Now, this was just my 2 cents. This was my input, okay? In terms of, can I get this through? Yes, I can. This is from our Slack. This was pre-breakout, okay? This was Rune pre-breakout. Now, Rune is up and out of its pattern. It's a wild alt, so no guarantees. Just right up and out of, you see that breach? Boom, right there. That's when you want to catch it, guys. Boom, right on the exit. Boom, if you can, if you're going to breakout trade. Then it's not bad. It's not a bad heavy position to have with a very tight stop loss, just to roll the dice. If your risk profile involves some tolerance for the risk equal to the stop loss. Heavy, boom. Lock and load. Give yourself some exposure to a few of these. That's a sweet pattern. Not bad, right? So it's only going to take a few of those. When you learn how to hit them, it'll be a game changer. If you already think you know how to hit them and you're not hitting them, you don't know how to hit them. Okay, and you need to be careful in crypto. Be careful in anything that you're involved in. Okay, but yeah, if you're already hitting them, then guys, you know that you're hitting them. If you are not hitting these yet correctly, and that's why I bring up, like, is there a difference between an INJ and a difference between Rune? To me, there is. Okay, to me, there is. Is there a difference between CAS and a difference between DOT? There is. Clearly there is, if you know those coins. All I care about is how they behave. That's really all I care about, is how they behave. What kind of technical personality do they have, right? Are they going to let us trade it? What's the liquidity level? I mean, is liquidity some junk number they're going to throw around and say, well, Injection Protocol has 5 billion traded on its private network over the preceding 48 hours. Like, do what? That means nothing to me about liquidity. Like, go make up another figure, publish it in the pink sheets of penny stocks, and let's have a real discussion in terms of liquidity. What does liquidity mean, guys? As you put all the features and all the directive fundamentals that you may try and throw at something like INJ with liquidity, what does it mean? It means, can I throw 100 grand, bam, or 500 grand, bam, or $1 million, bam, into a breakout and expect this thing not to collapse on me? That's the bottom line. Liquidity. Can I throw $1,000 into this and expect it not to collapse on me? That's what liquidity is. You want to know, well, there's liquidity up here, there's liquidity down. Come on, guys. Can you enter into a trade here with, I'm getting down to and talking about $1,000. Some of these are so illiquid you cannot. You cannot enter a $1,000 position on a breakout and expect it to do anything other than go against you. Okay? Some of them will allow you to put $5,000 in. Some of them will allow you to put 10 or 20 or 30. Some will allow you to put 50. Some will allow you to put $250,000 into a position on a breakout. Bitcoin? Some of these will let you put 7 figures into a breakout. Multiple 7 figures. 8 figures? 8 figures? On Tesla? On NVDA? I'd feel more comfortable on Microsoft. Okay? You want just me personally. Just me personally, talking off the cuff. The securities, go talk to your broker about it. Why wouldn't it be a little bit more dangerous? Would it be a little more dangerous for me to play a breakout trade on Tesla or NVIDIA versus Microsoft? Why? Go ask your broker. If you're talking about an 8-figure position on a breakout trade. Yeah. Okay, just the notion of your liquidity. So when we're talking about liquidity, I just want you to have that understanding of what it is. What is your comfort level with it holding your position? If there is no liquidity in it for you, it's, guys, by definition, going to be nearly a waste of your time to trade it. It's going to be more of a waste of your time, depending on its volatility, but as opposed to something that has more liquidity. Okay? Now, you can work out that graph and that equation, that profit curve, and your time invested, all right, the correlation with your time, the relationship between your time and your profit in something, but if the more that you invest in something, it's going to automatically react against you, then by definition, you have got a cap on your earnings in the market. True? Yes. If not a flat out liability in terms of what you're looking at. Agreed. So focus on the higher liquidity items. Focus on higher liquidity. Let the characteristic of what you're looking at not just be, well, it's a nice pattern. Will it hold your investment? Or is it going to, guys, is it going to try and cripple you emotionally or mentally once you invest in it every single time? It's going to throw you to the downs every single time on breakout. So one solution, tight stop loss. You want to roll the dice. The die are loaded. You're only going to get 1 out of 4 rolls you should really get with a pair of loaded dice. Good. But you got a way to hedge up against. The casino knows, but you ain't losing that much. And when you win, you're going to win. Be solid in terms of your technical framework, in terms of your assessments for liquidity. Be wise about what you choose to focus on. Just bottom line, I want to encourage you, because the better that you do what I just encourage you to do, the more you're going to enjoy the market, the more you're going to enjoy your time in the market, the more you're going to enjoy, I believe, guys, your specific profits from the market. It's all a profit equation. Yeah, it's all a profit equation. Enjoy crypto. Let's get it done. It's coming to a close in 2024. Rough stuff, guys, yesterday on that Tesla deal. Just is what it is, what we'll say. No breakout. You're wanting to see, at least for technical purposes on Tesla, up and over a level of resistance. Did we engage yesterday? No, we didn't. Will we? Let's see. Tomorrow's another day, and tomorrow happens to be today. So tomorrow is another day, and tomorrow happens to be today. So that's about how I feel about yesterday in terms of everything that happened with Tesla. Just the bottom line. I mean, tomorrow's another day, wishful thinking, and let's just say that tomorrow, that other day happens to be today. Let's just say, but we keep saying that sometimes with some of these management issues that kind of keep creeping up. You know, a lot of issues surrounding a lot of other guys, just opportunities to kind of to continually, guys, don't throw water on the fire. I mean, build a business and like light it up, man. Like, can you build a business and just try and continually like light it up? You know, we want the fire going, right? Not just continually like rain on a parade. So in terms of this specific, look at Bitcoin in terms of, we do have that topping formation that we discussed. Okay, you've got the downside targets. We also do have a bit of a bullish pattern here. That is scoped out at about 37,200. And I'll just encourage you as you look at your fire and ice participation, okay, as you look at your fire and ice participation, that we do have this unbridled level of support interest. Every single drop has paid. You know me, what do I want? I want to own 37,500 long, guys, and I want to own 37,500 short. Okay? How did that work out on the 200 weekly moving average? Unbelievably well. And who is it that just wouldn't shut up about it? That would be me for 2 months. All right? So you can find another, compadre in the market who's going to tell you right or wrong, but we hit that into your, guys, into your vocabulary for 2 months. So you would own that move. So you would own this move. Boom. Beautiful. Beautifully well done. Had we ever talked about it beforehand? Ever? Guys, ever on this channel, had we ever discussed it beforehand, before that? That was a huge move. That was nice. No, we hadn't. And I stuck on it for 2 weeks, or 2 months before that. And really the 2 weeks, the number of weeks preceding was a big deal, right? We really focused on it. So I'm still focused on it. 37,500. Okay. 37.5. North, we're long. Short, what are we, guys? Short, what are we? Yeah, guys, under 37,500, we're short. You're going to have a short position under the 37,500. I should say, under what are we? We're going to be short, right? So over long, under short. You guys think that's fair enough? I mean, take a look at what we're at. Take a look at the dynamics in play on Bitcoin. Yeah, because half the world's looking at an ascending triangle on the daily, right? Bitcoin loves to do this, doesn't she? And what happens is, you're going to get emotionally excited one way or the other. You're going to just drag yourself through a dependency on a specific direction of the upside and only make money up or only make money. Guys, if you can only short, if you're one of those types of traders, only make money down. Now, what's the difference, guys? You're eliminating the conflict here technically. You just are. On the daily flat top resistance, ascending line here, okay, we have an ascending triangle, I get it. Yeah, but then you've got, on the lower time frames, you've got a specific rising wedge. So you're all kinds of conflicted yet again. Our asset of choice, Bitcoin, right? Our sole go-to, Bitcoin, loves to hide out in conflict, right? Level of resistance, level of support, that's your hourly. So we are flat out conflicted right now. Flat out conflicted. We do not have confirmation. When you don't have confirmation, force yourself sometimes, at least a few times, to pick up while the traders are being thrown around to the upside and the downside. Force yourself a few times, force yourself a few times to enter into a specific short at a threshold level. Try it. How did it work out? Extremely well. Boom, 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 boom. These are good shorts. Don't be only looking up. You're only going to have a good quarter if Bitcoin goes where? But it has to go up. No, it doesn't. No, it doesn't. This has already been a great month. Bam, bam, bam. True, force yourself to look at the market. Guys, long, over, there's a reason we're doing this. Long, over, and short, under. Who else does this? Man, I don't know. I don't know, guys. Long, over, short, under. Force yourself to. Guys, adapt that at least into your trade language. Let's watch and see how this works out as we continue to, for now, okay, bust up and over, walk the stair steps up to the upside. This is London with Bitcoin Spike, a VIP trader. Hope you're doing well. We're about, guys, what are we? A little over 35 minutes. Glad we waited a minute on this, but yeah, look at this. Nice, exactly what I wanted to see. Boom. Yes. On what? Tesla. That's exactly what I wanted to see. I know. You'd say, wait, we were just breaking out. We were just breaking out. Why did you want to see that? Well, we went through yesterday on the daily. True? Yes. That was our go-to pattern. In terms of, did we get a breakout on the daily? No, we did not get a breakout on the daily. Yes, I will agree on the lower time frames, right? Lower time frames got a little tricky yesterday. And what happened? Level of resistance, hold on. On the, pay attention, 30-minute, we were up and out, man. All right, did you engage? If you went heavy, technically, hypothetically, great. Did you have a stop loss? You betcha. Bam, right? But we didn't get out on that daily, did we? No. So this is precisely exactly what I wanted to see occur. Bravo. Get that discount in that green zone Let this thing fill out a little bit more. See if the guys, see if some sort of a rescue team can come in and save that management from whatever's going on. There's a little bit of peace of mind. Oh, yeah, that's all I'm going to say. There's a little bit of peace of mind in every direction you happen to look. Wouldn't that be great? In any direction you happen to look, there's just peace of mind for some reason. Wouldn't that be nice? That'd be really great. So looking at the specifics here, we have another opportunity here and another threshold to beat to the upside. What about that 4 hourly? Hey, what about the 4 hourly? Did you miss it in here? Where are you at on it now? That's all I'm going to ask, guys, as we close out the stream today. If you missed the 4 hourly here, well, hold on, right? Now the 4 hourly 20 moving average is back in play. So these are some interesting levels as we look at typically and generally all types of differentiations have occurred on Tesla, right? As we look at this, but looking at the framework here, this is nice. It's getting interesting for me in terms of potential pickups. Were this pattern to move to the upside? And guys, it's really at the point, you understand why I tell you all the time, I don't deal with equities. I don't deal with securities. Anyone who wants to walk into the mindset of a real evaluation in terms of the fundamentals of Tesla right now, with as wild of a card as there is all the way across the governing board in Tesla right now with the CEO, I'll just save my commentary and reinforce the disclaimer in terms of me not handling equities. You'd have to be crazy, literally. You'd have to really be out there, guys, to take a real fundamental position one way, guys, in terms of dismissing just everything that's gone on from a management level at Tesla. Tomorrow's another day. Well, that other day is going to have to be today again, because there's another round of chaotic, guys, it's just a slew of chaos coming out of there. So there's another reason. What's our go-to, our mainstay? Bitcoin. What moves enough throughout the whole year for us to do really well? Bitcoin. How's Solana? Great. How's Doge? How is Doge? Doge is over what? Doge is over my 8-cent line. You're going to look back at Doge, guys. You're going to look back at Doge, and I'm going to remind you, a long time from now, well, 8 cents, we were long over, short under at 8 cents. We're over 8. It's good. What's my line on Ethereum? 2,100. You're going to be long over 2,100. You're going to be short under 2,100. You got it. Sheev is easy. It's point however many zeros, 8. Okay? Rune has got its levels. It's doing well. In terms of CAS, pick a line on CAS. Pick it. Pick it, guys. Pick a line on CAS and trade it. Do it. Do it. Okay? I want to encourage you to do it. Now, you have a line. If you want to go your 6 hourly, maybe you go and you find a time frame and say, okay, fine, wait, 6 hourly. Or maybe say, okay, fine, 1 hourly. I'm going to find a level that equates with a 20 moving average. Maybe I want to find a line that's sideways that equates with the moving average. I could be over or under and take a position that might just at some point, based upon some Proctor Elliott waves, meet a threshold and have to say sayonara, okay? Force yourself to be short. Force yourself to be short. I'm just going to tell you guys, you're missing out on half the market if you're just always going to be long and that's it. I want you to be able to control your position, guys, your emotions, everything about your participation in the market. I just do. Force yourself to pick a line on CAS. Now, CAS and Sol have this little trick up the sleeve. You guys know this. CAS and Sol, for some reason, are almost flat on this. Yeah, you're going to have to find the exact time frame, but traders don't like that. Sol, everybody's got a little bit of a cautious eye towards Sol. It's like, Solana, what are you doing? Like, what's going on with this? These guys, flat bottom supports are just not encouraged on the way up. So CAS is in line with Sol, and you guys know, I will argue to you that when these both break to the upside or the downside, it will be a tremendous, ultimately a tremendous volatility move. True? Yes. So making you wait a little bit, I know that we're looking for those high velocity moves. That's what moves money in the market. If you're going to spend time on something like Solana, something like Bitcoin, definitely on Bitcoin. Anything else like Runecast, Injection Protocol, ETH, Sheeb, Matic, guys, anything. If you're going to spend time on even looking at Tesla, NVDA, make sure it's worth your while. Make sure it's worth your while. I know pro traders who drive mid-level Hyundais. No problem. Some of the coolest dudes you will ever meet. They are cool dudes. Cool dudes. Their goal is and it's a goal for them. They drive a Hyundai, mid-range Hyundai. If you guys saw who I was talking about, you would not believe who I was talking about. You'd be like, what are you talking about? But yeah, anyway, shout out to Big Joe. What's up, Big Joe? My goal for you is that you guys operate in the market significantly enough to generate some profits. Now, it's not an extreme approach, but I want you to have everything you want from the market. Okay? I want you to enjoy the market. I want you to enjoy your profits from the market. And we are frankly staring at way too much volatility. Some of Joe's problem that I know, I'll call it a problem, he's a pro trader, and he's driving a mid-level Hyundai. Okay, mid-range Hyundai. Joe's problem may be in what he's trading, what he is forced to trade. Okay? May have nothing to do. I've seen Joe knock some trades out of the park. I've seen him knock some trades out of the park and be like, dang, Joe, you just nailed that. It's like, yeah, I knew that was going to go that direction. He walk outside, he gets into his mid-range Hyundai. That's okay, Joe. No problem. If you guys, I want to show you a picture one day of Joe. You'll be like, dude, that's Joe? I'll be like, that is Joe. All right? He's a cool dude, cool cat. But the point is this, we are looking at way too much volatility for you to not value your time more. And that's just my 2 cents. As we roll into the holidays, everything else, if I could get you focused, not overly focused on material goods or otherwise, but value your time. And I say that because the market, it can take 20 hours a day from you. Crypto can take 20 hours a day from you. You're going to decide how much your 20 hours are worth. You're going to decide it. Okay? And I want to be a part of that, influencing that decision to the extent that I can, with more profits, more success, less stress, more enjoyment of the market, and more enjoyment of your profits. That's the bottom line. And I've seen it go both ways. Guys, I've been around some of the heaviest traders, best traders, literally in the world. We can look it up. I can mention some names, some I can't. Look at the 4-hourly right now on Bitcoin. 20 moving average engaged. Notice a bit of an overlay with Tesla, right? Do I like Bitcoin? I like Tesla right now. Well, Bitcoin had a little bit of a push beyond the 4-hourly. Not ideal. What did Tesla have? Well, Tesla didn't quite get to its 4-hourly. All right, so we'll continue to compare, work around this and that with Tesla and NVIDIA. The ultimate here is going to be finding some sort of a pattern dynamic that we can play a part of here with a nice expectation, boom, of an exit, okay? Limit your losses. Limit your losses. Understand the characteristic of what you're trading. Yeah, you need to understand what you're trading. How does it behave? DOT is so slow that what will it do? DOT is so slow that it will do what? It'll have a few days. Go ahead and remind you guys of this upper level function here. But DOT is so slow in terms of just maximizing on the wicks. DOT is so slow it will do the following. It will bore you to death, first of all. Yes, it will. Second of all, it will have a way of throwing on in such short fashion. Velocity is not the name of the game with DOT. But it has a way of creeping up when it creeps up, like 1%, 2%, 1%, 2%, another 1%, 2%, 3%, 4%, 3%. And it will do that. And if you know DOT is so slow, it can kind of be one of those things you don't need to worry about too much. And over time, it will have made money. It may cut against the grain of anything that you are even remotely interested in after my talk about Joe. Like, man, Joe, you got the mid-range Hyundai. Yeah, well, that's Joe. He got the mid-range Hyundai, pro trader, right? It's okay. I know you guys want to rev the engine up on the 8-liter and floor it, right? Bam. 8-cylinder, guys. 8-liter. 8-liter is fine too. 8-liter, 8-cylinder. Let's just roll with the 8s. That's fine. That'd be fine as well too, huh? For you guys in the cars, it's fine. So looking at DOT, it's different than, it has different characteristic than injection, right? It has different characteristic than Solana or Rune. Rune's done well. Find your patterns, establish your characteristic of what you're trading, make sure that you are going to value your time. And believe it or not, the last thing I'll say in closing is, a lot of that is going to deal with how much you're willing to lose. You've spent money, guys, you've spent time making money outside of the markets. Don't throw your don't throw your money around in the market. Learn to limit your losses. Learn to become more precise, okay? Value your time out of the market as well with the time that you spend making the money to put into the market. Don't get lazy in terms of that equation. So I just encourage you guys. I want you to do well. At the end of this year, we got fourth quarter, and it is, guys, coming along to the framework of what? We want to lock and load 2 more. Let's lock and load 2 more. And you know if you haven't locked and loaded one, you may be like, I've been kind of watching. I've been kind of, swing trading around. I've been kind of. Lock and load, guys. Lock and load one of these. See if you can get one of these to really do something special. Is it Solana with an over-under? Long over, short under? Would you want to look at a bit of a breakout here as an indication and really keep a keen eye on Solana and say, fine, I'm going to be long over. I want to trade this and see if she can get some legs with the rest of the market if Bitcoin decides to push back up. Right? And that's the threat right now, is that Bitcoin could take a little bit of a dive, right? And if Bitcoin does dive down, you've got your alts just in limbo. True. This, I like a lock and load on this. Me personally, I like a lock and load on this. I like a lock and load on this. I think they're going to behave a little bit differently. Solana or Cas, I think you're going to behave a little bit differently. With Rune, this was a lock and load situation. Okay, just in terms of a breakout of a perfect pattern. Perfect, guys. You don't look at that pattern and not say lock and load. In terms of VIP, congrats to everyone who got in heavy when I did say Rune is up and out of the pattern on breakout. Nice, perfect place to catch it, guys. That's where you want to catch it. Bam, boom, gone, up and out, right? And it's not bad, not a bad heavy position to have with very, very tight stop loss, guys. Don't expose yourself to too much risk. Just don't do it. Don't do it. Value your time out of the market. So let's lock and load on 2 more, right? Let's lock and load on 2 more. How's ETH? ETH is miserable to trade, guys. I can barely say it. You know that? You know that Ethereum is miserable to trade? If you trade it, you know it. And if you are saying it's not miserable to trade, then you have a special ability to withstand some punishment in the market. And I'm not fond of that level of punishment. Talk to anybody who trades Ethereum. If you're going to be swing trading it from lower time frames, you've got some sort of diagnostic check down with velocity parameters, et cetera. Okay, that's fine. It's kind of a overall winning strategy you can play. But if you're pattern trading on Ethereum, she will be brutal. You know she can be totally brutal. That's why what? What's our line? 2100. What are you under 2100? You're going to be short. What are you over 2100? You're going to be long. You want to knock this out of the park? Be my guest. Be my guest to lock and load 2100 long over on Ethereum. Okay? Short under 2100. Be my guest. Let's do it. Ethereum looks good, right? Matic has spilled out a little bit too much. Matic's not telling me that Matic wants me to trade it at anything other than a managed future, right? Core acquisitions, etc. Just isn't. Hasn't. Same thing with XRP. Though XRP made great money on this same equivalent move. XRP made that same move after XRP news and then has a rebound, almost equivalent with Matic. I think we will agree. SHIB is SHIB. And it's going to look like SHIB until SHIB is just the next greatest thing, guys, other than, sliced bread. And then everyone will say, God, I should have gotten it down here. But she's taking a lot of your time. So she took a lot of your time back here, didn't she? She really did. And she paid. Is that what your time's worth? That was a lot of time here. If you can catch it on the breakout, good. You're going to have an over-under here. But in terms of that, just relatively low in this loading zone, she is in a loading zone. Understood? It's just a loading zone. But what is time? Time is money. So if she's in a loading zone, you're stuck on the tarmac, the runway is clogged full of jets, and you're not going anywhere, and you got business to do. So, okay, you're in a loading zone, but come on. At some point, this loading zone costs you money, doesn't it? It does. You got to figure out a way to trade and make some money if you're sideways for a couple of years, right? No problem. Some point she's going to get up and out, and she'll do well. Some point you'll break this line. Sheep, come on. At some point you're going to break this line. True? Fact check me. Back check me and add some community notes to me. That's all I need. Okay, I'm probably not from the community noters. I just tell you that if I were to need that, it wouldn't be from the community noters, I wouldn't think, but maybe, who knows? 100% move. Is that a big deal to you? Yeah, maybe. Maybe it is. Looking at some other specifics, where might you pick up a double on your money, right? And you know this would become more interesting to the extent that that could be broken to the upside, but I don't want to encourage you in long-term trading. It's not the style of this group, guys. But to the extent that we wanted to say, okay, fine. Well, if we had from the absolute very low, we're going to go ahead and measure where we're at in terms of an overall great year next year for SHIB. A great year next year for SHIB would be that amplitude carry up 228%. Maybe it's worth waiting for a couple of years. I mean, I could structure an X amount of cash. I could go on leverage, manage futures into it. I'd be 228. Then I suppose at some point we could break that one with that amplitude to the upside. I'm probably looking at 400% gain or something. That's fine. You're stuck on the tarmac, right? Yeah, nothing but planes sitting there, and you know, the guys are getting in your way. You can't look out a window in the seat, and it's just stuck. Everything's stuck. So your time's worth money. Try and catch those higher velocity moves. Let's work on that, okay? Like we did on Rune. We caught also on INJ. We caught that miserable INJ, yeah. But that's where you want to catch it. Boom. Let's see if we can identify it on Tesla. You guys want to see if we can identify that on Tesla? Let's see if we can. Let's see if Tesla accommodates that. We just saw a near hit back on that 4-hourly. Let's see if Tesla accommodates that just to work with another pattern. Cool? Okay, we'll do that. Oh, NVDA. We just like good patterns, guys. We just like good patterns. You know that. Let's see if Tesla, let's keep an eye on Tesla. Let's see if we can lock and load a little bit on CAS. Noting that daily, interesting daily. Could we get a hit on the 20 moving average on the daily? That'd be nice. Could we get a hit on the 20 moving average on the daily? That would be nice. Okay, looking at the specifics, have an over and under strategy. If you can have an over and an under strategy, remember one thing, if you're short on something that you want to go long on, what are you going to be doing if you're in the money on a short? You are going to be paying attention to that asset. So that's one way to loop in your attention. You got it. Okay, to the extent that you're paying attention to something that you otherwise might not pay attention to, just leave open the possibility that it is an attention grabber for you. That doesn't mean trade it so lightly you don't even care. Guys, we're dealing with a bunch of bullish patterns. They're going to make money to the upside or the downside. You agree? They're not going to go sideways forever, right? They're going to take money from the market players. They just are. Guys just going bullish too heavily on some guys' inconsequential asset or otherwise, and they're going to be down here and sweating bullets, right? So just understand, long or short. If you don't know how to short, stick around for a while. We'll see how it goes. This is London with Bitcoin Spike and VIP Trader. We're going to be closing out the week soon. Hope you're all doing well. Thanks for sticking around. We'll talk to you soon. Take care. Bye-bye.